Let's talk about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is as old as the internet itself. So basically, we left from the first version of HTML, which is the one you can see over there, and the one down is the current version of HTML, which can allow you to style stuffs and elements on your website without any issues. So here we cover all important aspects of HTML5 starting now. So HTML, definitely while writing an HTML document, you have to write it this way with an index with a .html extension, which is like the instruction manual for every website. And HTML can withhold the JS or JavaScript file, the images and the CSS files within it, and also you can link them to be an external files, making your work much more easier and clean. So for instance, your index.html5 file can have access to a particular folder where it is found and other content present in the file to display content over in its extension. So for instance, if you want to write something on your screen, for instance, as subscribe to my channel Code with Crow, so we talk about HTML elements. HTML elements would definitely be those elements that display on it, which starts with an opening and a closing tag. So an opening tag definitely looks like this. This is an example of an H1 tag that has an opening tag and a closing tag. And an H1 tag, for instance, writing it where you have something like this, you have H1, which is subscribed to Code with Crest, and the closing tag of H1. So there are many other tags that are available and also other H1 element tags that are available. So basically we have a tag. So one complete tag element is equals to a tag plus content. So a tag has to have a content embedded within it which can display on the browser. So we have the heading tags, which range from heading 1 right up to heading 6 depending on the size of the tag. So as you can see here on the picture, you have the main heading, the subheading and all those stuff. So those are the different header tags that are available. So writing over the header tags also helps to improve your search engine optimization. So talking about elements and attribute, an element is just basically one that has an opening and a closing tag. And talking about attributes can go inside the opening tag, and there are global attributes like the classes and ideas that you can add up to any tag out there. A class lets us style an element or select with JavaScript later on when we add CSS and JavaScript. Pretty useful. We can apply multiple classes with a space and rapidly do the same for any other element. Other attributes are an element are specific. For example, if we want to load an image, we can use the image tag, and the image tag requires a source attribute to work. The source should be the URL of your image that works. Images have a lot of optional attributes to hold for backup tags, with hide, and let you keep going so smoothly. So for the anchor tags are those tags, and they are super important for navigation within your website, and they require the href attribute, that's the URL you want to link to, and on other lists. So other than on other lists, just basically depends on if you want some with numbers and some without numbers. So next up, we got forms. With these, users can log in to your website or basically submit information on your website and take out something. So we basically have text, but you can also have email, passwords, and beyond that, you can have checkboxes, radio, select drop downs, and you can link input to a label with an ID on the input or the form attribute label. And when you click on a label, it definitely activates the input. Depending on however you want to style your components, you can go ahead. So attributes to your individual inputs, which may put their values in a URL depending if you want to do that way. And there are a bunch more attributes important which can disable and do many things on your HTML documents. You can also put stuffs inside a div or a spam and then style or select these containers. So spams are for inline text. Maybe you want to add some extra attribute within your paragraph or within your heading tags. You can use the spam tag to do that perfectly. And talking about this div tags, the div tags are basically used to position stuffs and putting things in specific blocks for better use. So you can write all these languages in a single HTML file, that is the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But to put things organized, you should generally separate them. Just make a second file. It is not hard, and then you can import the files like you use for CSS, and you can also import for JavaScript. Finally, we'll talk about the anti-div elements, which are called the semantic HTML. So instead of a div, which is a generic container, you're supposed to use more descriptive containers like this. So they can be the header, the footer, and also the other tags, as you can see on your screen right now, are supposed to be better for search engine optimization. So supposing you name and understand all these things in this HTML document, you can follow this channel for more. And if you did like this video, do give a thumbs up for more of such videos.